Hello and everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. We are here with the final match of the night of playoff day number 2. I'm joined once again by the one and only Rocker Man. Rocker, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Flip. And, I would ask how you're doing, but I just know the answer is you guys are doing great after that big W right there. Moving on in the playoffs. Going to take on the winner of Vortex versus Arrival, which will be Arrival. Bold take.
Uh,
But,
we'll take
but yeah, I'm doing great though. I'm excited to see what the Titan League has to offer here.
Yep, the Titan League 1-8 matchup here, Dragons versus Spartans. We just saw a 1-8 matchup in Rival. Goes to the one team. And this one, in my opinion, is it hurts to say, but in my opinion, the difference is even bigger. I mean, if you're gonna look at the tails of the tail of the tape here, we have I would say a pretty significant difference in stats. Specifically the offensive stats. You have 2.9 goals for Dragons and 1.9 goals for Spartans. 9.3 shots to 6.7. The difference in offense, Rockerman, it's substantial. And honestly, I'm not sure how the Spartans are going to overcome it.
Yeah, and I mean this is the difference between, one of the best teams in Titan League history, 17-1 regular season record. Only Blizzard before him with 18-0 has been better. And you go down to a 9-9 team in Spartans. But, they have made the come up a little bit there at the end, bringing on Scully and Distant, who have been big to pair with Foam. So, honestly, I'm very curious to see how it's going to go. I mean, obviously, Dragons are the heavy favorites, but we have seen upsets. Even that 18-0 Blizzard team couldn't pull off all the way in the Titan League, so you never know what can happen here.
Definitely not. And we are getting underway here for game number 1. Dragons, Spartans. Honestly, Dragons, they've looked fantastic throughout the regular season, but can they do it in playoffs when it really matters? And Spartans, they had a nice sweep to make sure they secured a playoff spot, but can they do it now that they're here? We will find out. Vulcan with a nice touch in the corner here, trying to get it clear, but Foam, a big answer there, trying to find an early goal. Scully, his shot goes off the post. Already some early action here for the Spartans, and they're looking to score early.
Yeah, and if you're to pull off the upset here against one of the best teams in Titan League, you got to strike early and you got to strike often. And I think it's really going to be on Distant. I think Distant is the guy to watch out for. He moved up in the top 10 in player rating this season in the Titan League, and he's going to be that guy on the other end. And when you look at the Dragons team, I mean, this is just a menace of a roster here. You get Bluey, Mux, and Vulcan here. I mean, just absolutely deadly. I mean, what else can you really say? 17-1, only lost to the 2 seed Pinnacle. I mean, they are just dangerous, all three of them.
Yeah, all 3 of them are dangerous indeed, but no goals have been scored yet in this game. These teams, however, have had some nice opportunities so far. The defense from both these teams, however, is very good. Both these teams are averaging over 4.5 saves a game. So goals will not come that often, I don't think. But right now, the Dragons, they're trying to get the first one as Mux tries to shoot that one across net. Vulcan has to retreat. Vulcan with a really nice touch. Mux and Vulcan with a little bit of a, I don't know, double commit, little team pass and play. You can call it what you want, but it ends up in Spartan's favor as Scully, he has to take this one to the wall with a little bit of boost. He can maybe do something with it, but Bluey already on the ceiling with a really good challenge, but Scully gets it past, so that was going to go midfield. Very chaotic here for the Dragons, but Distant wasn't expecting a Mux to miss, and now Bluey has the counterattack, but Scully, he's going to be there for that save, but not a great one. Distance has cleared over to the corner. Vulcan there to react immediately. The Dragons team is just so fast, and Rockerman, that's what we're seeing right now. Both these teams, they're playing really fast right now, but I think once the game starts slowing down a little bit, I think that's where the Dragons really start, showing their skill.
Yeah, and when the game does slow down and it gets a little bit more controlled, you'll see these passing plays come out from the Dragons, and that's where they thrive. They've got the best, some of the best rotations in Titan League this season, if not the best rotations in Titan League. They've got just absolute chemistry, and yeah, if you let them slow down, let them find their teammates, it could be dangerous for them. But so far, Spartans not really even going to let them get the chance here, and so far so good, even though it is a 0-0 scoreline.
Yeah, Spartans, they've had a nice, good amount of passes mid. However, only one shot to their name. That one, going to be a very dangerous opportunity here. Scully, he tries to put it over to Distant, but Mux able to react to there in time. And Vulcan, he's going to be up there trying to find something to the back of the net. Not going to come through. Bluey, he gets 50'd. Mux, not going to have a touch there, so Distance able to put it to the corner. Distant has another touch here, but not going to get past anybody on Dragons. Scully with a nice double gets past two, though. Foam, he's going to come charging in, not going to get it past anybody. Distant as last man here, kind of just dives in, but he's able to get back to it. And these teams, no goals scored so far. Not what I really expected, but so far, I would say Dragons do have a little bit more control, but the Spartans, they're looking to answer. They're looking really, poised to score here as Foam tries to get a nice little pop. Muck's able to get the clear, but not a lot of boost for him. Distant, now it's his turn. Oh, and the mechanics coming out from Distant. That one gonna go to the side. Bluey had to save all the way, though. And once again, the Spartans team, still only 3 shots now. That one gonna be super dangerous for the Dragons. Spartans are able to answer right back, and Spartans have done such a good job of answering. Rocketman, I think right now, I would say Spartans are, ahead in the pressure game, but they're making it a very close race.
Yeah, they really are, and I think this is the play-in tournament buff here a little bit. You may be one of these poor teams, but you get to play the week before, and you get to warm yourselves up for this matchup, whereas the Dragons may have been cold, and Scully, a big performance here. Distant, so he beats out 2 defenders, and Scully, the easiest net you can get in Titan League right there, wide open, puts it home.
Some of us miss those open nets, but Scully, he puts those away, and that's what separates the Titans from the rest of them. But honestly, a really good job there breaking down that Dragons defense. So far, I would say that's like the 3rd solid opportunity the Spartans have. Finally, somebody is there to follow it up. This time, it does get scored. Now, Spartans, can they hang on for another 52 seconds? Bluey, he's trying to make sure that they can't. Tries to put it over the corner. Gets it past one. Scully, he's going to have to put this one to the side. Distant, he's there waiting. Double commit, though. Foam has to 50 Vulcan in the midfield. Vulcan gets in the Bluey's way, so Bluey not able to get a lot out of this one. Scully doesn't have a lot of boost, though. This one can be kind of dangerous here, but nobody from the Dragons is there. Oh, what a back pass. Vulcan wasn't expecting it, but Foam was. Foam, he has a 50, but more time wasted. 25 seconds. Even more time wasted as that clear goes all the way down to the other corner. Bluey, he's trying to give Dragons one last hope. Foam's up early, but Bluey's there to react to it. Distant, he has to get a touch now. Distant touch goes to the corner. We're down to the final 10 seconds here. Distant, he pops it high. This one can be dangerous. Vulcan, he's there with a shot. Oh, my Foam with the epic save. And that one might just save Spartans this game. Foam, just let it die. Okay, good. He does. And Spartans take game 1. Dragons, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, and Foam letting it die there, bringing back some good old Season 1 memories of not letting it drop. Sorry, Foam. But this time he does, fortunately. And, Spartans flip. If you are going to pull an upset against the number 1 seed in the Dragons, you're going to do just that. And, they come out and win game 1. You need to win that one because that the Dragons, they might not have played too much Rocket League, in the last week or so. Titans, they don't always scrim together and play together as often as, other leagues. But, for Spartans to come out strong, take the momentum from the play-in tournament, get that victory, that is a massive, massive start.
Yeah, so far so good if you're the Spartans, but the Dragons, you know how scared they are. You know they can answer back, so we will have to see if they're able to do that. Honestly, it didn't even look, other than Vulcan's last shot with like 6 seconds left, which Foam had, I'm gonna say relative ease saving, but like he was in the position for it. They didn't have a lot of shots. This one, that's gonna be a shot. That's gonna be a goal. Already, Dragons, they're done with the funny business. They're starting to score.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long for a team like this to get heated up. Maybe they needed that game 1 to get back into things, but this is the Dragons we're talking about. They've got, like we said, 3 of the best players in Titan League. Bluey he's leading the Titan League in player rating. Mux is out there in top 10, and Vulcan, he's top 20 as well. So, honestly, they've got 3 insane caliber players, and you cannot let them get going if you're Spartans. You got to answer back and try to shut them down.
Yes, Spartans are trying to do that right here. Distant, he could have a shot here. Goes for the double Bluey. Oh, he gets the block with 0 boost. What a save there from Bluey. Distant, I thought he could have just shot that ball, but no, Spartans, they just aren't able to convert on that opportunity. Distant trying to create another one, though, but Mux shuts that one down immediately. Foam, he's able to get it past him, but Bluey, he's there. Bluey with the shot. Vulcan, able to get the secure, and Dragons, once again, they're able to answer, and they're getting heated here.
Yeah, Demo opens up things on the back end there and just able to put a shot on net, and that's all it takes sometimes is the Dragons finding those demos and 2-goal lead. And now this is a little bit more about what we kind of would have expected it to see from game 1 here, Flip. But you know, the Dragons able to get a good start and a good answer here.
Yeah, Dragons, they are finally living up to what I know that they can perform. Honestly, we can honestly see a lot more goals, in my opinion, coming out of these Dragons boys. They are playing super well right now. The pressure continuing here as Bluey tries to find a pass mid. Scully has to try to get the clear, but Mux is already there. Mux can't get the double, though. Oh, but Vulcan's already there. That touch is going to go over to Scully, who's able to pop it up. Foam tries to play it to the corner where Mux is just waiting. And Distant, oh, and Distant tries to get a nice 50, but that one's just going to go all the way over to Vulcan, who is up high flying, trying to get a pass mid. That one going to get sent away, but Foam, now it's his turn. He's trying to get a pass going here. Foam's not going to have the 50. Oh, yes, he does. He gets the dunk, but Vulcan, he's able to react so quickly. And this Dragons team, they're able to get up and recover so fast. And that's what they're doing right here. Oh, my gosh, Bluey able to instantly take a shot off that one mistake here. And the Spartans right now, they have to play mistake-free Rocket League if they want to get, you know, through this Dragons team, and that's one way to do it. Bluey with another epic save. That one was for sure a goal, I thought, but no, Bluey stands tall in the net once again.
Oh my gosh, Bluey has just been insane on the defensive end. That is two just highlight reel saves. You know, if you had one of those in a series, you know, you'd be like, wow, I made that insane save. But he just had two of them right there, and you know, it's in the playoffs here. You know, trying to battle back, and I mean, there's a reason he's the highest rated player in Titan League.
Bluey out here, almost 500 points already. He is, if you add everybody else's score up in the lobby, I'm pretty sure he's like he'd still be like within 100. Like, he is absolutely performing. He is doing his job for his team, and the Dragons are definitely winning because of it. As he tries to find another one here, but Distant gets the demo, and a smart demo. Foam trying to do his best Zen impression, not able to do it. And Mux, he's able to get the clear because of it. Mux not going to have a lot of boost to go for the double. Scully, he goes for the flip reset. Bluey, he pounces on that immediately, and Foam has to get the clear. Foam trying to get it past one, but Mux able to get a nice 50 here, and all these 50s so far, Rocket Man, have gone straight back into the Spartans half, it feels like, and sometimes they're even on target. And oh, that one's going to be on target. Bluey, that one going to get saved away. That was a great save there from Foam, and now this is the counterattack opportunity. Oh, Foam can't get the shot. He didn't have enough boost. Can they still score here? Scully not able to do it. In distance, he's not able to score either. And Spartans, while they have these opportunities, Rocket Man, they're just not able to put them away.
Yeah, and that one, yeah, you mentioned it, Foam. He didn't really have the boost to put that one on net, so he tried to get it over his teammate. Is this one dropping? But Bluey, of course, on the goal line, making another save there for him. And yeah, I mean, that's one of those ones that's so tough. It's an open net, but you know, you don't have the boost and the power to put it on. And in the Titan League, they'll save that as here comes a shot, Bluey again, but he can only do so much. Foam puts it home.
Foam puts it home. That's, you know, a good sign here again for the Spartans, as Bluey, you know, he makes another fantastic save. His 5th one of the game, in fact. But the Spartans, they're finally able to chip away. But the Dragons kind of seem like a one-man show. Mux and Vulcan, they're getting nice 50s. They're getting nice, like, midfield play here. But it's been 5 saves for Bluey, 7 shots, and there's goose eggs for the rest of Dragons on both those categories. And I want to see these Dragons players get more involved with each other, because I know they can. As Distance able to get the clear at Bluey. He puts this one off the sidewall, trying to maybe follow it up himself, but Foam's already there. Scully does get the respawn, but he does not go for that ball. He elects to take it slow, and he gets a 50 on Mux. Vulcan up. Vulcan gets another touch. A great touch there, able to put it on target. Distant has to go for the low 50. Bluey puts it mid now. That one can be a counterattack opportunity. The net was open. Can't put it away. No! Oh my gosh, once again, the Spartans have an open net, and there's no punish, is what it feels like. The Dragons aren't getting punished.
Yeah, and that's one of those ones, Flip. You know, if you're the A seed here, you're playing against, you know, a team that doesn't make many mistakes. You have to capitalize. To pull this upset, you have to capitalize on every mistake that they make. It's tough to do, but that one they needed to get there, and now with 15 seconds left, gotta see a miracle.
Gotta see a miracle. Is it gonna come through? Mux, he puts this one high. Vulcan's gonna be there for the shot. And they are the other two Dragons players getting involved right when they needed them most. And, wow, what turned out to be a lot closer of a game than I thought, where Spartans definitely had some chances. It looks like it's pretty much out of reach for them. There's 11 seconds left. I'm not saying it's completely over, but Rocket Man, it seems like Dragons, they've had a nice answer back here in game number 2.
Yeah, they did, and you know, Spartans, they gave it their best effort. You know, just two key goals, and you know, that's the difference. You'll see mistakes in every league, but mistakes in Titan League, they are so magnified because these players are so good at the game here. Any mistake, it needs to be capitalized on if you're going to want to win, especially a team that's 17-1 in the regular season. If they make a mistake, you got to be on it. You got to put it in every single time if you're going to want to pull the upset. Unfortunately, Spartans not able to do it in this one, but they're still in a tied series here, and with a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, still tight series, still looking really solid too. Like they definitely played fine. Like I'm not saying they got blown out of their water, because honestly, they kept it close. It was a 1-goal game for a while there, and it looked like they had a chance to tie it. But I mean, this Dragons team, they're if you don't capitalize on their mistakes, they're gonna capitalize on yours, and that's what they did. Just great overall team play. Dragons, they looked really solid here, and honestly, it kind of felt like you know they figured out what they needed to do. Like you said, that the game one kind of felt like a warm up. This one definitely felt like the Dragon roster that we're used to seeing. And going into game number 3, I feel like they're only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you have to think. And I feel like that's why it was so crucial for the Spartans to come out and capitalize on those mistakes in game 2. If you are going to pull an upset against these higher seeded teams, you have to bring it to them early. I mean, the Spartans did, they threw the first punch, but the Dragons, they're able to answer back. And, if the Spartans have something to prove here in this series, if they can hang with the big dogs here and the Dragons here and pull this upset, it's got to happen here on game number 3. You got to get this win, and you got to put yourselves up in the series 2-1.
Yeah, but already, wow, the Dragons looking to score. They ring the post twice. So the Spartans getting saved by the bar there, but now the Dragons are looking to score continuously. Oh, Bluey, his touch is going to go high. Vulcan's going to keep it in play, though. Vulcan's not going to have the touch off the ceiling. Not going to have the pinch either. So Mux, not a lot of boost, but they're just sticking around. They're so annoying. Like, I would hate to play this team because they have no boost and they're still here. Like, Bluey in the corner. He's already ready for these 50s. Oh my gosh, Vulcan was ready for that one too. Vulcan's gonna try to get this one back mid once again. These guys, these Dragons, they know when to challenge. They know how to challenge. They've done such a good job. All their 50s are so dangerous. And once again, that one's gonna be super dangerous. Distant has to get the save. Mux, he's gonna put this one back up high. Bluey, he's already up for it. Bluey with the 50. Once again, the 50s, man, they're just so good.
Yeah, that's just insane right here. I mean, the pop comes up and Spartans, they're just a little bit too slow, and then they force a double commit on it, and that's what the Dragons are doing. They're just suffocating them, and one mistake like that where you are not ready to go hit the ball, and the Dragons will make you pay every single time.
Man, the Dragons, they have just done such a good job of, being on top of the Spartans. And on top of the ball, too. They are literally everywhere on the field, it seems like. Distant with no boost, tries to get it clear. It was awkward enough, so Foam's able to take it, but Foam, his 50, goes all the way back to his own half, where the Dragons seem to just live, pretty much. This Vulcan, he's trying to get a touch. That one's going to go straight down. Mux, he's going to be a little awkward here. Has to get the flip reset. Foam can't get up to it. Doesn't have enough boost, and Distant, he's going to clear this one to the corner. Distant trying to get past one, but not able to. Now, Scully, he leaves this one for Foam. Foam trying to find another touch here. He's not able to. It goes a little below him, but Bluey's able to get the clear. Bluey, this is super dangerous. Bluey's going to elect to just take the boost instead. He knows he couldn't get to that one in time, but he's just waiting. He's waiting, and now it's Mux's turn. Mux with the insane double touch off the ceiling, but not going to go in the net. Distant and Bluey kind of collide there, so Vulcan, he has a turn at the ball. Oh, that's not a great touch there. As Mux, he's able to take control and once again get another pass midfield where the Dragons, I feel like if they had a second man, like a consistent second man there, they would have so many more goals, but they just don't have enough boost. There's not enough in the tank so far, but it's gonna come eventually because they are continuing this pressure, and Rockerman, the Spartans, they gotta do something about it. And finally we see a demo, and I think that's one way that they can really start opening things up.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the Spartans, with the Dragons I want to talk about. Your point is they haven't had the second man there because they've been out of boost, but still they've been able to keep the pressure. And for the Spartans, you got to find these solid clears and find your teammates out here, because the Dragons, we know that they are going to keep this pressure on. We know they're going to suffocate you, and we know that Distance going to put it in this open net.
That was a insane play here from Scully. Scully, first off, gets the triple touch, so Bluey's completely thrown off, and then he gets the dunk. And a Distant there to put it away as well. Great job there for the counterattack. Finally, the Dragons were super close to each other, super pushed up the field, and finally it does, result in a counterattacking goal. And now Spartans, they tied this game all up where Dragons might have had a lot of pressure, but they only scored one time. Spartans are looking to score here. Foam, he's not going to have a shot. He plays it to the corner. It could have been risky if he did take that shot. A counterattack could have been imminent, but instead, the Dragons have to take it slow. And that's not a good touch there from Bluey. Scully, he's gonna have a turn of the ball. Vulcan able to get up to it in time. Foam takes a touch to the sidewall. Vulcan gets it around him, though. Distant. He's gonna have a clear here. Mux does get a 50. Foam not able to get a touch, so Bluey's gonna take control. Bluey's gonna find Vulcan mid. Vulcan gets cut off by Scully. That one could have been a great team play, but Spartans stay alive. The defense from the Spartans has held strong so far. Now, can it continue to hold strong as Scully? He puts this one high. Gonna go for the low 50 here. Vulcan hits it around him, though. Distant, he is once again on the ball. Distant has been that guy. He's had the goal, but Scully so far has been the defensive man in my books. He has been the one making the difference. Bluey, he trying to make a difference there. That one went straight down. The Dragons, they're getting creative here, but so far, Rocker Man, nothing's going through.
Yeah, nothing's going through, but this one, Foam scared me a little bit there with that one. But yeah, the Dragons haven't been able to put one in besides that other, the earlier goal that they had is, oh my goodness,
what a shot!
Distant with that angle and the power. My goodness.
You can't hit this ball any better. Like, genuinely, that is perfect. Like, that man lasered that ball right past Vulcan. And a 2-1 lead for the Spartans. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. And they're here. Can they stick around, though? They were able to hang on last time. Are they able to do it here? Oh, that's not a great touch from Disney. He does send it over to the corner, though, but Bluey's waiting. Bluey's able to send it past mid. Oh, Scully. His touch goes straight up, but Distant, he's the first one there. Mux isn't going to go for this ball, so Vulcan, he elects to cut the ball off, and Distant's already there waiting. Spartans seem to be getting better and better at reacting to these cuts in the midfield from the Dragons, and they're able to keep up a little bit of pressure here. Only 30 seconds remaining. The more time that the Dragons waste in their own end, the less time, they have to score. But now they're here in the Spartans half, trying to get one going. Bluey, he's not able to do it in Foam. He's trying to get a flick, but Mux is going to be there. Mux trying to beat out Distant, but Distant does get the touch first. Foam just trying to be a nuisance. Scully waiting on that back behind me.
Vulcan's hunting.
Oh my! Ooh. Vulcan was hunting. He didn't find his prey, but he threw his prey off target enough, and Bluey gets the goal.
Yeah, look at this Scully. He has to stop, and that kills his momentum, and Bluey's able to put it on net. And the counterattack from the Dragons, right when you thought the Spartans were going to hold on, they answer back, and now 2-2 ball game here. You gotta be a little concerned here if you're the Spartans here. The Dragons, it seems like an attack is just moments away.
Yeah, but the Dragons, they are definitely, they got to be wary as well. Oh, maybe not. Wow, that one was an insane 50 from Mux. Absolutely hitting the gym. Distant. He's trying to make him worry. Distant, not able to get the touch. Neither was Scully. So we're going into overtime for the first time in this series. And Rockerman, I don't know who you got taking it, but I think the Spartans can definitely take this overtime.
Oh, they for sure can take this overtime. It's going to be out who is going to perform the best here and who is going to get that demo. Oh my goodness. It's in the back of the net. Distant puts it home and return to sender.
Wow. The pinch off of Mux. But man, the demo from Scully, that's the difference maker. And 11 seconds in, they score. I swear we had an 11-second overtime goal earlier.
We did. I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember that. Like, that's crazy. It's both 11 seconds. Now we have Spartans up 2-1 in the series. Dragons, they were able to bounce back with a nice game in game 2. But in this one felt like more of an even fight where that playmaker Distant, he was able to make some plays.
I mean, just look at this stat sheet right here. The Dragons, they led the shot department. They were putting on the shots 9-4, but they still end up losing here. Spartans able to capitalize on 3 of their 4 attempts, and I mean, man, Flip. I mean, we've got to be on upset alert right now. For sure here, 2-1 in favor of the Spartans. I mean, if the Dragons want to win, they got to do so right here. You cannot allow yourselves to go down 3-1 here. You may have been the better team in the regular season, but the regular season's over. This is playoff time. And right now, we've seen some huge performance led by Distant on that Spartan squad.
Yeah, Distant. And hey, we cannot forget, Scully and Foam are doing their part for sure.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
man, Distant with the hat trick. Man, that one was impressive. Now, can they do it again? Can they take a 2-game lead? Foam trying to get a little mechanical. Foam with the 50. That one almost went in. Louis wasn't really ready for it, but it's still not enough. Distant, he can put a shot on target. No, he can't. But Foam maybe. No, Vulcan with the stop. Dragons seemed a little bit hectic there, but they were able to survive. The Spartans, they're seeming a little hectic on defense now. Scully's touch wasn't the best, but Distant cleans it up for him. Vulcan, his touch gonna go straight down, tries to get another one, he does, but Bluey jumped as well. An open net here for Foam. Foam elects to go high, though. I feel like if they just shot that, maybe it could have been a goal, but maybe not. Yeah, I'm not sure. Instead, the Dragons and Spartans remain 0-0, where the Spartans, they've taken a lot of early pressure here.
Yeah, they really have. The pressure has been in the Dragon zone. There was a couple of close shots, and the Dragons just seem like they're caught off a little bit off guard. Maybe not expecting this type of performance from the Spartans, who got swept by diversion in the play-in tournament and then came back to win their second one. So maybe kind of discounting them a little bit, but really, it's just been a major performance from the Spartans thus far, and the Dragons, they haven't been able to play their game.
No, not yet, but they're looking to play their game here with a little counterattack here. Muff's not able to get the shot on target. Vulcan's going to put this one back up high. Distant, his touch going to get read by Vulcan, but Vulcan gets his touch read by Distant. A little bit game of chess right there. Scully, that one's going to go over his head. Muff just shot that ball. I don't think Scully was expecting it, so Foam has to answer. Foam trying to air dribble it over to Distant. Distant's not going to have a touch on it, so Scully, it's going to be his turn. He pops this one high. Foam going to take control of it. Going to try to get a double here. A nice double as well. Goes to the corner. Muff's kind of awkward. Foam pushes one high. That was going to go straight down. Vulcan, do you have the read? He doesn't, but Distance had a little bit of faith. Distant, he's going to try to put this one back up mid. Oh, Scully gets the beat. That was going straight down once again. More dangerous opportunities are here for the Spartans, but nobody willing to commit for them. I think the chances are there right now, Rockerman. Dragons, they got to be careful. Oh, but now Spartans got to be careful. Mux scores that. Oh, Mux does it. Oh, I thought Bucks had that for sure, but Spartans kind of saved there. That one wasn't open net, but it's still 0-0. And right now, it's looking like anybody can score this next goal.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans have really put on that pressure, and you thought for a second the Dragons were going to get one there with the bump attempt and then the double tap so close. And, that's the thing with these Dragons. They are so good players that we expect him to hit that. That is not an easy shot for Mux to hit. But, we just expect him to hit that because that's who he has been this entire season. But that one does not fall, and now we're still tied at 0-0 here with the Spartans. Really, they've been the one taking the pressure here, as this is a dangerous ball, but it's going to be sent away. And in man flip, if the Spartans can find a way to squeak a victory here. Oh, Scully with an insane save. If the Spartans, though, find a way to hold on and win this game, my goodness, we could be looking at the biggest upset we've ever seen.
This would be absolutely insane, but they have to score, and they have to hang on. They are doing a good job of it so far. Distant trying to find something, but Foam, he's going to have to be the one to clean it up. Distance on the sidewall, though. Foam, he's waiting mid. Vulcan does get the clear. Vulcan trying to find an air dribble, gets a nice little double touch off the sidewall, trying to continue his clear as he gets a nice 50 as well, but the ball ends up right back in the Dragons' half. That one, a demo on the back end. Scully's the last man back. Bluey, one-on-one. He doesn't get the flick, though. Not gonna be not a good look there for Bluey. He definitely wants that one back. However, Mux, he's trying to get a pass mid. Oh, a traded demo there. Vulcans can be kind of awkward. Distant with the clear. Nobody's upfield waiting, but he's gonna have a nice 50. Foam, he's gonna have a shot. Mux is gonna have an easy save, though. And so Mux is able to get the clear, but another great opportunity there for the Spartans. And I feel like they're kind of just trading blows at this point. And who's going to have the best opportunity, but who's actually going to score it? This one, best opportunity of the night. Is it going to go in? Oh, Mux has to score it. That one was on the goal line for so long. But the Dragons, they're able to score it.
Oh my gosh, Bluey, he tries to put that one in. It's just floating there. It's just so scary, so dangerous for the Spartans, but the Dragons able to knock that one in, and they needed that goal to try to tie this series up at 2 apiece, trying to give us a guaranteed Forbidden Temple here, as this one is sent back in. And with a minute remaining here, the Dragons, they just got to lock it down on the defensive end and play keep away a little bit from the Spartans.
This is definitely not the position the Dragons expected to be in. They've kind of been playing defense a lot of this game. And now they're in the lead, so now we got to see if they're able to continue that lead, or will the Spartans finally have an answer? They need to answer fast, though. Only 35 seconds remaining. Foam, he's clear, not going to be good enough. Bluey's able to have control. Bluey with the shot, with the slot. Oh my god.
And that is just some great control from Bluey, just waiting patiently, gonna try to take it around one, avoid the demo / bump, and then just hit a banger shot, upper 90. That is why he's the best player, or if not, one of the best players in Titan League this season.
Yeah, best player on the best team. He's definitely the difference maker for this Dragons team, and he made a difference there. Now, can the Spartans get 2? I don't think it's possible. They've had a lot of pressure, but no goals so far. Distant trying to prove me wrong, though, but Blue's able to clear it away, and with the time running out. Even more precious seconds running off the clock.
Whoa.
Scully, he gets to 50. Scully's shot, once again, they had a shot earlier by Foam that hit the exact same spot of the crossbar. And Spartans with a little bit more luck, I feel like that one could have gone in. And honestly, this could be a different game, but instead, Dragons take it, and they tie up the series.
Yeah, we've got a tied series. My goodness, Flip, guaranteed game 6 on Forbidden Temple with everything on the line. But I mean, man, the Dragons, they battled back. They did exactly what they needed to do in that game right there to push it, you know. And I mean, they did what they had to do there. I mean, I feel like it's the same performance that we saw last game, except they hit their shots this time a little bit better and, you know, kept out the Spartans from scoring. And Flip, my goodness, we're gonna be heading to a game 5 here, and you know, the Dragons, do they have the momentum? I don't really know. This series has been so back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth it has been. Can the Spartans answer back? They've answered back, you know, well enough in game 3, but game 5 here, that's where you know, now you're gonna go on match point. One of these teams goes on match point, a little bit more pressure gets added, a little bit more realization that this could be your last game, your last match. But who's gonna take that advantage first? Distant, he's trying to do it himself. Distant, that one's gonna go straight down. Nobody had the read though. Mux is able to get the clear. Vulcan, he's gonna take it from him. Vulcan trying to get the double, but Scully's gonna be there. Scully on the Octane now, trying to get a little bit spicy on the Octane. Foam, it's gonna get past him. Bluey, he got past all 3 of them. Nobody's going to be there for the shot. However, as Foam clears that one to the side, the Dragons looking to continue their midfield presence. A triple commit, but it works out in a save, but it's still very dangerous here as Bluey, his shot gets saved away once again. Scully, he doesn't have the touch, so Mux has to put this one straight down to the ground, and already it seems like a little bit of panic on the side of the Spartans and Dragons. They're feeling really comfortable. This is kind of how the Spartans started last game, though. Like, just, you know, they flipped the roles a little bit. But, you know, Dragons ended up winning that game. So Spartans, they could end up winning this one. What a demo. What a shot. Vulcan's going to get there in time, though. Yeah. Oh, more pressure there. Oh, not going to have a goal, but yeah, Rocketman, so far, it's been very back and forth, but Dragons, they're looking in control.
Yeah, they are looking in control, and you know, they're so smart with everything that they do. Here's that one. Oh my goodness, it rings off the crossbar, but they are so smart. You know, they see the triple commit from Spartans earlier, and Mux just slows the ball down, make them, you know, just suffer with your 0 boost there, and they do it so well. And you know, they've had all the pressure so far in this first minute and a half here, and they're gonna try to keep it going here and see if they can put themselves on series point.
Can they do it? Can they finally take the lead on the Spartans? They've not had a lead all series, but that one couldn't. Oh, that one looked like it was going to be an absolute banger, but it does get saved away. Another nice save there from the Spartans, whose defense has been able to match the test of the Dragons, but so far they need some offense. It's looking like even more offense coming out here from the Dragons. Bluey,
oh, no.
That's a shot? What?
How does he hit that angle right there? We got to see this again because Bluey finds another touch. He comes off the wall and right over the top of Foam. And Scully just, there's not much he can do. He's not expecting to be on target. And a huge goal for Bluey there. The man who has been so big for his team all season long. And now it's up to the Spartans to try to find an answer.
Can they answer back? That is the question. They're looking, they haven't been looking a lot, like alive pretty much on offense at all. But they need to be alive on offense. Foam, he's going to put this one to the side, trying to get another touch. He puts this one high and doesn't have the boost for it. Distant does, though. Distant puts it to the backboard where Mux is patiently waiting. Mux has another touch. Not a great one, though. Vulcan, he has to answer back. Distant, his touch, not going to be able to follow it up himself. So Bluey's going to have the clear. Scully takes his time on this one. Takes some boost. Going to have a lot of time here, but Mux already up in the air for that one. And Vulcan, he's already there for the answer as well. All of these 50s go in the way of the Dragons so far, and they're able to answer back. They're able to be there for each other's 50s as well. They've done such a good job of following each other's touches, but it's only led to a 1-goal lead so far, and if they're not careful, the Spartans can answer back like they did in Game 3.
Yeah, they definitely can, and the Spartans, they are more than capable. We've seen that time and time again, but, you know, is it this Dragons peak that we're going to see here? They have been bringing it back a lot recently as, oh my gosh, the good play through from Foam there as they're trying to put it in, and under 2 minutes remaining here, the Dragons, you know, I feel like for the Spartans, you got to answer back. For them to win this series, I feel like they really need to win this game here, Flip. I feel like they need to answer and take the lead, but that a huge miss, and Mux is going to put it home.
Foam just caught out a little too far. I think he thought Scully was going to challenge, or that somebody else is going to challenge. In the end, it just ended up over his head. He got a little too close. And they're gonna go up 2-0. The Dragons are. Spartans, that's not a goal you want to concede. That is the kind of goal that kind of shows you the difference. Like, I want to say the difference in skill, because both these teams have been playing, I would say, about the same. They're playing super well, but that 8 seed is kind of showing through with that little mistake there. These mistakes are getting capitalized as well. But Vulcan, he's trying to get another goal, trying to get a bigger lead. You know, if the Dragons, they've had a 2-goal lead last time. They're trying to get a bigger one here. That one, that's going to be a free goal. Mux, oh, what a fake. What a shot.
Yeah, the patience, and you can see it's just the consistency between these two teams. And, you know, Vulcan just backflips knowing that Distant is expecting a quick challenge, and then Mux just comes through for the goal, and the Dragons with a 3-0 lead. I don't think the Spartans can come back in this game here, Flip. I mean, I'd love to see them try here, at least get one for the road here. But the Dragons, they've been playing so solid the last couple games. They're kind of hitting their stride a little bit here, and that is very dangerous if you are the Spartans. And, you know, it may be time, if they can't pull this one through, to call the tactical timeout, try to stall this momentum a little bit, cool the Dragons down just ever so slightly. But with a minute remaining here, got to do whatever they can to try to see if they can find 3 goals.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking likely here as another one. Looking very threatening for the Spartans, but Spartans, they just haven't had the opportunities in this game. They do, in my opinion, need to call that timeout, but will it come through? We'll have to find out. That one, the Spartans, they're looking a little bit different in this last minute or so. They've gone for a lot more passes. They're trying to find each other a lot more. It hasn't resulted in a goal, but it looks pretty. And honestly, it looks like much cleaner Rocket League. This one looks like a goal. That one finally get put away. You know, Scully takes it, but man, what a play here from Distant.
At the very least, if they don't come back here, some momentum here. Distant with a great pop, knowing the last defender's there, and then Scully just going to finish it off. And, well, 26 seconds left, 2 goals. It is possible. They need a good kickoff, though.
Good kickoff is needed. Can they get 2? It's definitely not likely. That one not going to go in favor of them either. Scully, he's going to have to find something quick. Can he get it past Vulcan? No, he can't. Vulcan's going to be patiently waiting, wasting even more time. Oh, and a Bluey already up for that ball. And Mux, he's going to be there as well. This Dragons team, they're not going to give the Spartans a chance. Well, I lied. Wow, here's a chance. Wow, number 9. That's a great shot there from Foam, but Bluey gets the save. And that's going to end game number 5 here. And we're going to Forbidden Temple. Dragons are up 3-2. Spartans, it's do or die at this point, Rocker Man. And the Dragons, they're looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, really, they've just brought it back. You know, these last couple of games, we've just seen a different Dragons team. They just seem so much more solid, so patient, just waiting for, you know, Spartans to make a mistake. And that's the difference. You know, you mentioned it. It's not necessarily skill between these two teams. It's the consistency of that skill. And that's why the Dragons have been so good all season, because they have been consistent. And the Spartans, you know, maybe not as consistent as they would have liked, but, you know, Flip, for these final 2 games, no timeout. Looks like it's coming in. So for these final 2 games to play it out, they got to come out strong in game 6. You got to score first.
Game 6, Forbidden Temple. Chaos happens on this map. We will see. Can we have the first game 7 of the night? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I know I'm not mistaken. First game 7 of the night would be kind of crazy. Can the Spartans put the Dragons on match point, or the Dragons finally send the Spartans home? Scully trying to start something for the Spartans. A great pass there. Distant had to get up to it. Wasn't able to. Louis, he has a very awkward touch, but Mux able to get to it. Scully on the backboard waiting for that clear. Distant, he's going to wait on Vulcan's touch. Vulcan, his touch is going to go straight towards Distant as well. Distant couldn't get the bump, so Mux is able to get the touch. And so far, it's been a kind of a battle of passes so far. These teams, they're looking for each other. Both teams are looking for the pass, but so far, nobody's even able to find anything. Distant with the clear. Mux has to put this one up high. Tries to get another touch, but Scully, he's going to intercept it. Scully not going to have the shot, however. Can Foam get there? Not before Vulcan gets the clear. Distant, it's his turn to take the ball. Distant's going to go high. He gets bumped by Bluey. And so far, they've been trading blows. Nobody's been able to catch an opening on the other one. But these teams look poised. They look ready to score at any moment. Any mistake can be fatal.
Yeah, any mistake here, it could end your season here. If you're the Spartans or if you're the Dragons, it could, you know, put you in a spot you don't want to be in. You do not want to go to a game 7 here with your season on the line here, especially with such a great season that they've had, you know. But I mean, there's a lot of game left to play here, and really, like I mentioned, Flip, in a game like this, you got to strike first here, especially if you're the Spartans. You need to come through with this first goal, put the pressure back on the Dragons, show them that, we're here to put you, in a bad position. But oh
Wow, that's
no!
not gonna happen. Wow. I don't know where the third man was, but Bluey was there. That's something. That's just an unfortunate 50. But man, the Dragons, they strike first on an unfortunate 50, but I feel like their 50s have been going that way the entire time, Rockerman, and now it resulted in a 1-goal lead for him.
Yeah, and that's the Dragons 50s. You're exactly right. They have been going in their favor this entire series for the most part. And, another one, we're not surprised that it goes that way. We are surprised it does find the back of the net, but oh my gosh, Bluey is going crazy. What did he have in the tank? Oh my goodness, he's trying to take out the entire team and then some. But yeah, the Spartans, now, again, you got to answer here. The Dragons have really turned the momentum in your favor, but we need to see something. I want to see something, especially from Distant here. Maybe another highlight reel play. He's had a couple of attempts, but let's see something here from him.
Can the Spartans, can Distant do it? Wow, that one looked kind of dangerous, but it's going to get cleared to the side by Distant. Distant puts this one up high, doesn't have the boost for it, so Mux is going to have the clear, but Scully with this amazing clear. It wasn't a shot on target, though, so the Dragons weren't that worried. That one is a shot on target. That one's going to be kind of dangerous. Bluey, just a long shot, and it goes in.
Yeah, that one just finds the back of the net. It's just no boost there. I mean, just an errant shot there from Foam. He just kind of threw it at the net, and Scully, he just didn't have the boost to get up for that one. And that's the difference right there. When you get open space in the midfield, you got to do something with it. You can't just throw the ball away. And that one, it may come back to hurt him now. Down by 2.
Down by 2. Nobody's come back from a 2-goal deficit so far in this series, and I'm not sure if the Spartans have it in them to do it, but we will find out. This is Forbidden Temple. Anything can happen in Forbidden Temple, and we will have to see if the Spartans have it in them. Vulcan, he's going to have to take control of this ball, trying to get it over 1. Foam's going to have the 50, though. That's going to go right off the backboard. Bluey, he does have the read, because of course he does. He's Bluey. Scully, he doesn't have the touch. Bluey's touch is going to go straight to Foam. Foam's kind of awkward, though. Has to just pop this one up high. Mux and Distant trying to race towards the ball. Mux has the beat, but Distant had the dunk. And Vulcan, he's going to have the beat that time, but Foam, he's already up. Foam, does he have the mechanics for this one? He's not able to get back to it. But the Dragons, they are not able to get to it either. Distant, his touch goes high. Vulcan, he has to clear. And each touch, wow. I said each touch goes high, but that one not even going to have a touch. Foam, he has to get that one 50'd, and Vulcan's already there in the corner waiting. He gets a double touch. He gets a triple touch. Anybody going to be there in the midfield? No. Bluey's waiting on the sidewall, though. Foam gets a dunk, however. But once again, the Dragons are just all over the ball, all over the field, and it feels like the Spartans, they're just not finding any holes.
Yeah, no, they are really getting suffocated every time they're trying to make some space happen. It's been the Dragons, finding those touches and finding like a demo like that, which just can open up so much space. A shot on net, and that might be the dagger there. Bluey with the hat trick.
Bluey, when you need him most, Bluey arrives. He answers the call. Scully spawns, and he just couldn't get back to it in time, and just didn't have boost either. It just felt like the Spartans, they put up a good fight. And there's still plenty of time in this game, but right now, like you said, I feel like there's just the inconsistencies of the Spartans are really starting to show at this point. And the Dragons, they're really trying to show their true colors as they put even more pressure on here. Foam trying to get a play going, but the demo comes through. A lot of demos have been coming through for the Dragons, and it's been helping them out a lot. They've been putting up so much pressure. They're trying to put up some more pressure here. Distant, he's going to have a nice touch, though. That one, a great touch. Vulcan and Bluey, double commits. That one could be scary. But Mux, he doesn't get the touch, but Vulcan, he's going to have the clear. Scully's going to put this one to the side. Even more time wasted, only 50 seconds. Spartans' playoff lives are on the line. Their season is on the line.
Whoa.
But Dragons don't care. Dragons are looking for the clip. Bluey with a great pass. That could have been a shot, honestly. Mux gets bumped, but he still gets the touch. What a touch there from Mux. And even more time wasted. Even more time counting down. And it feels like all hope is pretty much lost here for the Spartans.
Yeah, the time, it's too much of a factor here. The Dragons did what they had to do, in this series. It wasn't easy. The Spartans did not make it easy for them, but the Dragons, they performed like the Dragons we expected there, the #1 seed, especially in these final 3 games, just to come back there, win 3 straight, and, secure it. Well,
it's not over.
It's not over. It's not over yet. Wait a minute. 7 seconds left. Theoretically, here, Flip.
I'm just saying, if I'm Foam, I'm typing in the chat OT for the content. And then, I'm just saying, that'd be me. I don't know if they're going to have it. I don't think it's going to happen. I doubt it. Oh, that one.
Oh, the
They went for
demo?
the instant cheat kickoff.
Oh,
That one, oh, it would have been beautiful. They had the play.
I
Like,
saw it. Yeah.
it was there, but just, one miracle couldn't stop the Dragons. Like, the Dragons just felt dominant. Like, it was definitely a very good game, and honestly, the Spartans put up a lot better fight than I thought they would. But the Dragons, whenever it got down to business, it was the Dragon series to win, and they won it.
Yeah, they really did. And I mean, again, the big reason why they are the number one seed here. I mean, just a huge performance for them. They battled back. It seems like okay. There are times in this series where Spartans, well, are they gonna pull the upset? But when it came down, like you said, when it came down to business, when it came down to these last couple games, we're down 2-1. We need to step up, and they did. I mean, led by Bluey. For sure, there, definitely an MVP candidate this season, and I mean, he did what they had to do to advance him to the second round.
Yep, they did what they had to do, and that's all that matters. And Dragons, they're gonna be going on, and honestly, Rocker Man, they're gonna be looking even scarier for the rest of the playoffs because I felt
Oh
like
yeah.
that was kind of their warm up. I would say like they are looking very scary for the rest of playoffs. So it's definitely gonna be frightening for whoever they play next. Hold on, let me look at the bracket. I can tell you who to play next.
We can pull up the
1 second.
bracket here.
There we go. Yeah, yeah. Bananas Grandmasters. Wow. Those are two teams that honestly I did not realize. I thought Grandmasters they were like one of the 8-0 teams or 10-0 teams. Grandmasters definitely had a
Mhm.
rough little stretch there, but I mean they're definitely still just as threatening. So Bananas versus Grandmasters, the winner of that plays the Dragons, and honestly, whoever wins that, they know that they're going to be running into a very scary team. But either way, the Dragons, Spartans, it's over. We've figured out. Spartans they just couldn't beat the 17-1 team, and they continue their great, nearly historic run.
Yeah. And like you said, in the semifinals, whoever comes out of that one, Bananas or Grandmasters, it's going to be a scary matchup for sure. But yeah, overall, it was a good night. A lot of close games. We got some Forbidden Temple content, which you always love to see. Couldn't quite get to the game 7 tonight, but Friday when we come back with some more flex matches, hopefully we'll see some more content then.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to do it here for us tonight. It was definitely a late night. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you, Rockerman, for streaming, casting with us. It was a pleasure. But yeah, that's going to do it for us. We have plenty of more matches, though. Some on Friday, Saturday. I don't even know when. I just show up. You know?
He'll be here. He'll be here Friday night 6 p.m. and then Saturday night 6 p.m. So we got a whole 6 game slate on both days.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be juicy. So it's definitely going to be something you guys aren't going to want to miss. We will be back Friday, 6 p.m. sharp. And yeah, that'll do it. Deuces. Go Knights.